Go 10 on out here. What's going on, y'all? So today I wanted to make a video, giving my thoughts on some of the things that I feel like make this game less competitive and very much so less enjoyable from a competitive aspect. I go over some things that need to be fixed or at the very least addressed before the end of this game cycle, meaning before EA decides to cut the plug on patches for UFC 4 and we have to wait until a whole nother video game to come out. I feel like these are some of the main things that keep this game from being fully interactive and competitive on all standpoints. Because when you have one minor flaw, we all know it leads to major flaws. So, with that being said, man, we're gonna get right into this video. One of the things I feel like really makes zero sense in this game right now is the fact that the double leg bail, is a position where it puts you in a single, over and under, has a lot of names, but basically you have one hook in, one hook out. As you can see, I'll move Connor around, you can see he has one hook in, Khabib has one hook in. They're equally, there's no man more dominant than the other realistically. But for this mechanic, they want you to believe that the dominant fighter, and in reality, the dominant fighter in this situation is a person who has their arms locked in around their opponent. So it would obviously be Connor, being that he initiated the bail. The problem I have, the big problem that I know we all have, especially those that have to deal with people that bail on them a lot, the lack of ability to move as a sub fighter. The quote unquote sub fighter in this situation is Khabib. So as Khabib, the only thing you can do is move backwards. You can't create angles for yourself. You can't move forward. You can't stop yourself from being pushed back. Literally, you cannot stop yourself from being moved backwards with Connor. There's no way for you to stop it from happening. The only movement you're able to do is to move back and basically be submissive to your opponent. At this point in time in the game, anytime you're moving back, all that's doing is giving you the dom fighter, the quote unquote dom fighter, enough time to either take you down, sweep you in the top mount, or get a strike off, an elbow, uh, you know, knee, whatever. So I just want you guys to understand, like, even though I'm considered one of the best at this game, it doesn't change the fact that we all have the same issues. I agree 100% on a lot of the things that the average player feels like is wrong with this game. Now, of course, there's ways around it. I have my ways around just about everything, but it doesn't make it right that we have stuff like this that's in the game, because the only thing you're able to do is move backwards. You hear me clicking buttons. You can't punch, Connor's body, nothing. And it's Khabib Nurmagomedov. The only thing Khabib is able to do, and one thing that you have to do in these situations to defend yourself, is go for the reversals. R1 and triangle, which push you in a single collar tie, or you have the reversal, leg sweep reversal, and half guard. It's like EA doesn't want you to spend time in this position at all. They want you to move very quick. It's quick reactions. Okay, you're in this position. What are you gonna do? You're gonna try to drive into the cage. You're gonna try to get a sweep to top mount, takedown. What? As a sub fighter, what are you gonna do? Only thing you can do, back your ass up. Hope that you can disengage before your opponent makes an input. But if not, your only chance to survive is to input a reversal yourself. And man, I feel like it shouldn't be like that. I feel like if they just added something in to where you're able to engage with each other, or just simply allow your opponent not to be forced into backing up. Allow them to move around, similar to how in the clinch, as a sub fighter, in the clinch, you can move around. You're clearly the sub fighter in this situation. You see, Connor's hand is wrapped around Khabib's neck. Conor is a dumb fighter, but Khabib is still able to strike, you know, and do just as much as Conor is able to do in a situation. Um, in the single collar tie clinch, they're able to move him around, circle him, you know. But why can't you do that in this situation? Because then it just makes it to where that's what people are gonna use. They're gonna be like, okay, why would I just go in the clinch when I can just put him into this, and then, you know, if I'm trying to get the fight to the ground, boom, I have loads of options. Even with Conor, and you know the funniest thing, Conor can take this back easy. All he has to do, just go for a double again. And anybody in this game can take your back with that simple mechanic. Literally, boom, go for it, shoot for a double again, and you have your opponent's back. This is the dumbest mechanic I've seen in a game. Like, why is this like this? Why is Conor McGregor able to, like anybody else in this game, take Khabib's back off one input that you cannot deny? You can't deny this. You cannot stop this visual from happening. The visual of seeing Conor McGregor take Khabib's back at will. Why would this be a mechanic in the game? Why would they put this in the game to where people like Conor McGregor can take Khabib's back at will? Conor McGregor, who has an 84 takedown in this game. And this is why I feel like takedown ratings don't matter in most of, you know, in the most important situations of this game, because you have situations like this right here where you can put yourself in the most dominant positions at the simple click of a button. There's no struggle, there's no nothing. Getting your opponent's back in this game feels like taking candy from a baby. You know, it's something that we don't want to do, but it's something you can do very easily if you want to, you know. And yeah, man, so how you guys feel about this? I feel like this is something that definitely should be changed. I feel like we can have a conversation in the comment section. You know, let me know how this affects your gaming experience, for those that have to deal with people constantly bailing on you and, you know, trying to either chain takedowns and sweeps to top mount, because there's so much you have to worry about as a sub fighter, you know, in that position. There's very little for you to do offensively, and there's so much for you to have to worry about defensively. So yeah, man, let me know how you guys think in the comment section. If you guys like this video, I appreciate it if you guys liked it up, man. It supports the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're not already, and then we'll get into the next video very soon. Very soon. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.